One of the important elements of Passover at the very beginning, it's urchatz, or to clean your arms. It's a ceremonial cleaning, washing the hands. But it's not to wash the hands with the soap that they will be clean, but it's a ceremonial procedure. So we practice it every year before every supper. That's the traditions of Israel. Now we can see what Jesus have done for that, for this element. John 13 says, when Jesus came to celebrate Passover with his disciples, he seated down, he took the water, and he washed their feet. Not the hands, but feet. He took it much deeper, giving them powerful message of servanthood. You shall be servant, not the king, not the ruler, but humble servants. And he became humble servants for us. So the very first element of urchatz, washing the hands, he turned to washing the feet, and he gave powerful message. You are clean. Feet is the only place we touch this world. We're touching the world, and dirt of the world touches us. But Jesus cleansing us, and Yeshua washed their feet. Second thing, it's karpas. We call it karpas. There is, of course, more ceremony. We have an egg that reminds us the temple and heart, the very tough heart of Pharaoh. We have a lamb, presentation of lamb, which is actually not lamb at all, but just a chicken leg. But it's a symbols, right? It's a symbols. But also karpas. So let's read in the Bible about that, because part of the karpas, we taking the karpas, dipping them in the salt waters, and eating them, and talking about suffer and tears and bitter life of people of Israel in the desert, the very difficult life. Matthew 26:23 says, he answered and said, he who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me. That's what happened. Two hands came to the dish and they dip it. And it says, one who did it, he will betray me. So we see one of the Passover elements, another Passover elements in the New Testament at the Last Supper of Yeshua, Jesus. Another element of modern Passover, Israeli Jewish Passover, we see in the life of Jesus in the Gospels. Let's read in John 13, verse 26. It says here, Jesus answered, it is he whom I shall give a piece of bread when I have dipped it. Now let me explain you. At that night, we have different parts of the Passover, and Passover goes for 6 hours, very long. But what we do, we break in the unleavened bread, not just bread, but only unleavened bread. We've been reading about it. It's a feast of unleavened bread. We take an unleavened bread and we dip it into this mass mixture, which is bitter. We eat in it. And when we eat it, we speak about hard work, hard labor of Israelis. How did they make the bricks? They were working hard to make bricks, and they cry to the Lord. So we're eating it and we're speaking about their suffers, their tears, they cry. And in that moment, Yeshua said, when he was asked, Jesus, who will betray you? Tell us once again, who will betray you? Jesus answered, it is he whom I shall give a piece of bread when I have dipped it. He dipped it and he gave it to, it says here, and having dipped it, the bread, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. So that's another element of Passover. We see that Jesus, even when he used this bread, which is a symbol of his life, his body, he dipped it and gave it to Judas Iscariot, and we see that's the part of Passover meal until today. Until today, very important part of Passover is the songs, worship songs, beautiful songs. And in Gospels written, they've been, after the Passover, disciples have been singing songs. Apostles were singing songs with Jesus and went to the Garden of Olives. Now, Mount of Olives at the garden. Now, question, what did they sing? What was their songs? And actually, we do know. Psalms 112 till 116. That's the Psalms we're singing for Passover. So when Yeshua went, he left the upper room or area of upper room. When he did celebrate his Passover, he went up to the Gethsemane and they were singing songs. If you want to sing songs, the Jesus song with his disciples, that's the Psalm 112 till 116. Then Luke 22. Let's read together Luke 22. Very important words of Jesus that he said for Passover. Verse 15 he says here, then he said to them, with fervent desire I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say to you, I will no longer eat of it until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God. Until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God. Basically saying, that's my last Passover. Looks like fourth Passover during his ministry. Last Passover. And he said, I had strong desire to eat it with you before it will be fulfilled. Not just fulfilled in somewhere, but in the kingdom of God. What did he spoke about? He spoke about himself. He said, I'm going to fulfill the Passover. Do you remember when Jesus was on the cross? When he was nailed to the cross and suffered on the cross, right before he died, right before he spoke his last words, he said, it is fulfilled. It is finished. It is fulfilled. So here is saying, I was longing to eat with you this Passover until it will be fulfilled in the kingdom of God. And then we see on the cross, it was fulfilled. The Passover lamb that was slain at the time of Exodus from Egypt. Passover lamb that was slain and sacrificed year by year. He became Passover lamb. He gave his life for us.